This video is another video that's demonstrating some new features added in OpenStudio 0.6, and in this case we are demonstrating a proof of concept using something we have called the building component library, which is a database that's online of building components. And there is now a proof of concept of integration with SketchUp where you can go to your user script and get a BCL weather file. Now the first time you do this, it's going to ask you for a BCL authentication key. And then you'll type in a city name. So I need to go get this key. So the website is bcl.nrel.gov. This is a beta website, but it's public, and I'll explain what we have on it here in a bit. So the idea with the building component library is that any components of a building that would be needed for energy modeling or possibly for other uses as well would be contained here. So you have constructions, you have materials, you have weather files, schedules. You could have furnaces, or you could have entire mechanical systems, or even entire buildings. So you can have components nested inside of components within this. You can search for them, and then there's a few options, and I'm going to demonstrate that here. So in this case, I'm just going to go for a construction assembly. And so there are 4,000 construction items now. So we have a lot of items here, but so far they're in certain areas like schedules and constructions and weather files. They're well populated, but other areas are not yet. So this will continue to grow. The idea is eventually that external users will be able to add additional content, and then there's a social component where you can rate and add comments to components. So I can look for different attributes to set. And so in this case, maybe I just want doors. So that gets me down to 219 objects instead of the 4,000 I think I was at before. And then you can look for doors intended for a specific climate zone. So 3B, okay, now I'm down to 18. So the idea is you can quickly narrow down your search based on what you're looking for. And you can click on the object itself. And in these we can have different images. There's an area for users to rate, and then you can see data about that door. And when you go to download, in some cases there'll be an image, a video, possibly even a model. It could be a SketchUp model. And then the component data will be an IDF or an OSM file. So you can just download that to your computer, and then through the SketchUp plugin, import those constructions or whatever you have into your current model. But one of the ideas here is that we have an API access that developers can write into their software. And so that's what we've done in SketchUp, where you can programmatically search from another program and then download components directly into your file without actually coming to the website. So what I need to do is go back to get to my API key. So you'll need to make an account on BCL to do this. And then I can go to API access, and I have a history of things I've downloaded here, by the way. I'm going to look at my key, and the field I'm looking for is the key, which is grayed out because everyone has their own individual key, and I don't want everyone using mine. So I'm going to copy that into my clipboard. I'm just going to leave this site, and I'm going to go back to SketchUp, plugins, user scripts, get BCL weather file. I'm going to type the key in, and I'm going to type Chicago. So right now OpenStudio is going out to BCL and looking for weather files associated with Chicago, and there are a number of choices here. So I'm going to pick Midway and click OK. That weather file is downloaded to my computer, and it's also imported into the SketchUp plugin, where it's now noticed that I have not created a site location object yet. So it's using the weather location file to create a site object. And if I go into my run simulation dialog, I can see that that file is downloaded and linked in to this particular model. So that's it. The next time you want to do this, you don't have to go through the process of getting the key again. It's set up, and you just go to here, and it only asks the city name this time. We are going to expand this in a number of ways across different applications, so that whenever you need to get content, we can build a tighter integration to the BCL, which will also grow and get more and more types of content on it. So anyway, hopefully you find that useful as a good demonstration of what can be done.